Doing this action first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, prepares your mind and your brain for distraction for the rest of the day. We don't see the harmful negative effects over a short period of time, 2 days, 5 days, a week, couple of months. Our mind we're very short-sighted individuals. We don't see the harmful effects if we do this for a short period of time. But the effects, the negative effects, are absolutely enormous over a longer period of time. So this video hopefully will give you and I some sort of direction and understanding as to what we should be staying away from. And that is when you wake up in the morning and first thing that you do is you turn around, you roll over, and you reach for your phone. This is the worst thing you and I can do. And I say you, I'll be saying you the whole way through, but really and truly, I'll be talking to myself, because literally just an hour ago, this is what I done, and these are the feelings that I went through. Usually, generally speaking, I'm not that bad, but it happened this morning, and I've been thinking for months and years that, this habit literally messes my day up. Like, I can feel it as soon as the day starts. So you wake up, you roll over, you reach for your phone, and immediately you start. So it's dark, the room is dark, and immediately you get that bright light straight to your face. Okay, so that's no good to begin with. And then what most people do, and each individual will obviously have a different things that they'll go on, depending on the age, I guess. But what many will do is then they'll go, for example, straight onto social media. So Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. And you've woken up in the morning, your brain is not even ready for this much dopamine, this much, stimulation. And you wake up and you start scrolling, and you start seeing people that you do not even want to see, you do not even care about. And you see their big happy faces from last night. Okay, we know social media is not real life. Every individual will post up pictures or videos on their happy moments. Very, very few people will post about their negatives. So you've woken up, and you might have even woken up on the wrong side of the bed, as they say. You've woken up not in the best of moods. You might have had a lack of sleep. You might have had a late night. You might have had a crying baby, or you might have had to wake up earlier than usual when you didn't want to. So your mind state and your body, and like I'm talking from an experienced perspective right now. I'm not talking from a scientific perspective. I have looked up 1 or 2 points, which I'll mention later on, but this is just from an experienced perspective, and what I'm saying is right, because you've experienced this as well. And you start scrolling, you start seeing every 3 seconds you're seeing something different. You're seeing, it depends what you see, right? So you start seeing celebrities, sports, funny videos, and then you start seeing people that you don't even like. So you have on your explore page, you have people that you don't really like, but the big face comes up with a big smile. And what you don't know is that doing this is already making your mood worse. Okay, or you might have woken up in a good mood, but if you do this as soon as you wake up, slowly but surely, your stress levels will increase and your mood will start to deteriorate, because our bodies are not made for this. Our mind is not made to accept this. It's not used to this. Okay, this is all new. Only in the last 5 to 10 years has, this overstimulation, social media has gone crazy, right? Our mind, our ancestors, they didn't have to go through this, So, you're scrolling Instagram, TikTok, you're seeing all sorts of things that you don't want to see. You're seeing happy people and you're thinking, oh, look at my life. You're starting to compare. Straight away, first thing you're doing is you're starting to compare. And then what you might do is you'll start feeling anxious, you'll start feeling stressed, you'll feel negative immediately. Why would you do this to yourself? Your mind is real estate. You need to look after it. Your mental environment has to be well looked after. And then people talk about mental health and this, that, and then they have this mental health awareness day. It's just like, it's that illusion of that we're doing something, but really it's about you yourself as an individual taking steps to not go on your phone as soon as you wake up first thing in the morning. And the other thing, obviously, is that our mind, our brain is most alert as soon as we wake up. It's fresh. Okay, there's no distractions from the night before. Your mind is not tired. You've just woken up. It's been well rested, and you scrolling and seeing other people. And just remember that, again, when it comes to social media, just remember that someone might look like they're having fun, but each and every individual has their own reality they need to go back to. Each and every individual has their own reality that they need to go back to. Okay, so don't just think it's other people having fun. They're just showing their highlights. And, everyone has their own reality. They sit by themselves, they go to the toilet by themselves, they have their own thought process, they have their own issues, own problems. And many a time, we don't think like this. So the other thing is that you're scrolling away now, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes goes by, and you've wasted a lot of time and attention. Time is invaluable. You can't put a price to time. And doesn't it annoy you that I've wasted my precious time and my precious attention and my precious mind on seeing someone that I don't even like? Okay, or you didn't, okay, even if it's not a like, but you don't have no care about, they're not putting food on your table. There's no benefit whatsoever seeing that person's face. Okay, or watching that funny video. Yes, there's a time and a place for, watching memes and relaxing, but that's towards the end of the day, I would say. So you come first thing in the morning, you increase your stress levels, and that's actually a scientific quote. So a psychologist or psychiatrist, I'm not too sure, but the quote is basically along the lines that checking your phone first thing in the morning increases your stress levels and leaves you feeling overwhelmed. Because, again, natural. It doesn't even need explanation. You see other people, they're doing well. As we say, social media, they only post the good stuff. You see other people doing well, and naturally you think, now my life is a mess. So you're already feeling stressed. You're feeling overwhelmed. I need to look what am I doing? My life is a mess, and look at this guy, and look at her. She's achieving so much. Why would you do that to yourself? It doesn't make sense. So these are the initial points. So you're scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, replying to random DMs. It's too much for the mind. Just speaking about it, thinking about it is too much. And then you go on your email, you check your email, okay, and that goes back to the quote that I've just mentioned from the doctor, which is that it leaves you feeling stressed and overwhelmed, because you see on your email now, you see a to-do list, you see this person's got back to you, I need to get back to her. This overdue invoice I need to pay, for example, with this invoice I need to pay. This email that I need to reply to, on Gmail, it comes up overdue, something like that. And come on, like, obviously that's going to make you feel more and more stressed. And we're wondering why we're not happy. We're wondering why we're always on the back foot. It's so obvious that this is the worst thing you can do when you start your day. Like the perfect start to the day would be no phone near you. So a natural wake up, even without an alarm, a natural wake up, that's really good. And then, you wake up, you have a couple of thoughts in your head. Okay, let me get up now. You feel fresh, you feel energized, you feel happy, you're ready to go, you're ready to tackle your challenges for the day. You use the bathroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, have a shower, whatever, have a nice breakfast. And then you jump onto your phone. So all this time you've had a fresh wake up, you've been thinking, okay, I need to do this, that, but it's not with the stress and feeling overwhelmed. Okay, your real estate has been preserved, and your attention has not been hijacked. Your time and attention has not been hijacked. That's another key negative as to why you shouldn't go straight onto your phone. So you check your email. Me, for example, I check email I checked email, social media, Telegram, WhatsApp. I didn't get much WhatsApp messages, but all of this, like, it's just some of the messages are completely unnecessary. And it's just added overload of information for no reason. You don't care. You have no care in the world for it, but it's on your mind now. It's used up some of your real estate. Why would you do that to yourself? So, yeah, and then what I generally do is basically, depending on the time, but generally speaking, I check the internet, bbc.co.uk, news. We know about the news, just negative headlines to sell, just crazy. And then I check the stock market, crypto. It's just too much going on for my mind. And then finally, after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour, sometimes 1 hour, today was about 40 minutes. I wasted my time. I wasted 40 minutes of my life. I sacrificed my real estate, which is priceless. You put the phone down and you feel this strong, sharp pain in your head. And you feel annoyed and angry at yourself. These are all negative emotions: stress, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, angry, annoyed at yourself. And this, come on, let's ask ourselves the question: is this the perfect start to the day? It's literally the worst thing someone can do to themselves, honestly speaking. So keep that in mind and make sure you discipline yourself. It's not easy. It's easy to reach for the phone and you want to catch up with everything and everyone, but one must look after themselves. Why? Because we said at the start that we don't see the negative effects over a few days. So you might do it 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and you might get into the bad habit. We don't see no negative effect. The negative effects we'll start seeing after 1 year, 2 years. If we do this every single day, our minds, our brain will deplete. It'll completely finish. It'll shrivel. Our attention span, our concentration will completely demolish. What did I say at the start? I said, this action sets up your brain for failed concentration. And then we wonder why we can't get anything done, So, I'm talking about myself first and foremost. I experience this occasionally and I'm trying hard to stay away from this. And I want you to try hard too as well. And, we'll both see the great benefits and advantages, and we'll start being more productive. We'll feel less stressed. We'll feel happy. Honestly speaking, why would we not want ourselves to feel happy? It's just so obvious. And we do this to ourselves. The other thing, I'll be making a video shortly on the 2 worst things you do before bed. And one of them, again, it comes back to the phone. Okay, the blue light is really bad from a scientific perspective. Again, you're ending your day on a negative note, seeing other people that you don't care about, using up your valuable real estate. So it shouldn't be the last thing that you do. It should basically, this is something that should be avoided when you wake up and when you go to sleep. And this will massively and drastically improve your mental health. If you're worried or if you're concerned, if you're thinking, why am I always feeling angry? Why am I always feeling stressed? Then if you're doing this, then now you know your answer, and let's stay away from it together. As I say, I'm talking about myself here and I know how it is, but hopefully this video benefits a few of you. Speak soon.